Hello and welcome to the Aussie and Kiwis for Anzac's live feed studio today. And today I have with me Adrian and Anthony from Swiss8. Now I'm going to leave you guys there because we do have a super special guest. You guys are awesome and we've already had a little chat, so I'm really excited to be talking to you. But we have one more guest that we're going to jump in and just quickly hear from him first. And I was thinking as I was getting ready for this that remember when everyone used literally and it was kind of like a joke, and now we use virtually and it's actually real. That's our life at the moment. So here is our virtual special guest.
My fellow homeschooling neighbour avoiding Tiger King binge watching Aussie, I salute you for uniting together and flattening the curve against this un-Australian enemy. We thank those in the front line. Anzac Day will still set the alarm for bloody early. Stand out in the driveway, play the last post on your phone. Tell the kids to shut up for a minute and take a good look around as to why they are so lucky. Go inside and whip up a gunfire brekkie. In true Aussie spirit, the good lads at the Village Co have partnered with Swiss8 that are hosting the world's biggest meat raffle. Donate to the cause, Australians, win meat trays and support the mental health of our veterans. Now that's 2 up. Stand with me, fellow Australians, but just not right next to me. You know it makes sense. I'm Sam Kickaby.
Well, thank you, Sam. How good was that? And what was that all about? What's with this biggest meat raffle? How does that work? And then you can tell us about what Swiss8 is.
Good to go. Well, I mean, the RSLs are shut, pubs and clubs are shut. Everyone's missing out on a meat raffle. So the boys, like it said, the boys at the Village Co came to us, and their industries or their business is all around supporting pubs and clubs through technology. They came to us, said Anzac Day's coming up. People need a meat raffle. We were supposed to be walking around Australia at the moment to do our kind of launch fundraiser. We had a team of veterans ready to step off on the 1st of April. So that got put on hold as well because of COVID-19. So 2 ideas came together and they said, let's do the world's biggest meat raffle, not just a meat raffle. We'll make it a Guinness World Record and we'll raise some funds for the Swiss8 charity.
Oh, that's excellent. And all the details are in that ad. Actually, we're going to do a post, I think, on the Aussies and Kiwis page. We'll actually do that post that you sent through regarding the raffle so that everyone can get involved. And I love that people are really thinking outside the square. I think I mentioned to you boys earlier in our little chat about, my little local that are doing a little meat raffle, and to actually be able to work out a way to do it nationally and to do it so that, that an awesome cause like yours benefits is brilliant. That is so good. Now, do you want me to put the website up, or do you guys want to just sort of introduce who you are first? Yeah, go for that. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, so I'm obviously Anthony Meixner. I joined up in the Army 2002. I've done 18 years in the Army, in the infantry. And I guess we saw a whole lot of stuff going on with our mates, declining mental health post-transition. So getting together and getting behind Swiss8 was something that I wanted to do. So I guess that's my story.
Yeah. I mean, I was in the Army with Mex from 2006 to 2012, and then I got out, left full time, and did some reserve stuff as well. But where it came from, we've been to way too many funerals in the past decade. The majority of which weren't service related, as in operationally related. They were suicides post service, and I mean, not all. I don't speak for everyone, but a lot of military members transition out of the military, and they've got that tribe, they've got their people that they're with and living with, and every day-to-day life, they've got their structure and their routine in the military, and that kind of disappears. And we looked at it and said, we got to do something. There's 101, 3,500 actually veterans charities in Australia, and they're all trying to focus on how to solve some of these problems. But no one was really taking a proactive approach and trying to get to veterans before they even transition out, before their mental health starts to decline. So we had a look at that, and kind of went back and forward with all of our veteran mates, current serving mates, and kind of had a look at lifestyle and worked out what was working for us, what wasn't. Partnered with the University of Newcastle to confirm that what we believed was a solid path forward was actually scientifically backed, and it was. Everything we're doing, we've built an app now that kind of teaches people how to get a routine around healthy lifestyle habits, and it's 8 fairly simple aspects of life that have all been.
I'll pop those 8 up, and you can tell us about the 8 aspects. So, in case people sort of didn't catch on there, Swiss8 is actually an app, and we will show you the website and how that works. But these guys are taking a proactive approach to the health and the mental health needs of veterans, both serving and retired. Is that?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so here are the 8 principles that they work on. And sorry, I have to take our photo off. But okay, tell us about these, about just roughly what they're about.
Right. So we know that individually, if you were to speak to somebody, any layman on the street, they would say, "Oh, I need to train, I need to eat right," and they know all these things that aren't generally right with them. And that if we told them to fix one particular area in their life, you would get a massive result in improved mood. But if we no one's ever done and put 8 together. We put all 8 together in a holistic approach, and the results we've had have been absolutely phenomenal from veterans as a sort of an intervention or proactive tool. Not even if you're suffering from mental health issues, but giving a good framework just to live life around. So that was
just that proactive approach to, okay, I'm in the army, what do I do now? Or I'm out of the army, what do I do now? So you're taking a really proactive approach to, by the look of it, like a lot of different things.
Yeah, so we'd like to get this in front of from the day you go to recruiting. This would be something that you'd be able to get a hold of the app, and then you'd be able to start building a routine and a framework for your whole life, so that if you do fall off the bandwagon, if your mental health does start to suffer, then it's easier to get back into a routine that you've once had. To generate whole new systems is an uphill battle that we're not winning.
Yeah, well, creating new habits is hard, and currently in the world situation at the moment, everybody's discovering just how hard it is to create new habits when they're forced on you. So to have that app and that application there ready to go, and something that you use from day one, so that when you do get put into that situation, you've got that backbone, that grounding already, is brilliant. I'll pop up the website, and if you want to, I'll sort of scroll through it and give us a bit of an idea of it. And I think the lovely Sam is going to grace our screen again just for a minute.
Just as you're loading that, I mean, that was a great crossover. The fact that all the problems that veterans have faced and that we've been working to overcome around isolation and change of lifestyle, uncertainty about your future, they are issues that all Australians are now facing with COVID-19. And we built the charities there to raise money so that veterans can get this app for free. But we have opened it to the public, dropped the price down to 99 cents a month, so that anyone out there, if they're asking, instead of us getting 1,000 emails after this, if you want to know if I'm not a veteran but I want to get hold of the app, how can I do it? It's the same as everybody. It's just 99 cents a month. So it's there for everybody. Oh.
Excellent. And then that funds it so that helps you fund it so that you can provide it for the vets for free.
Yeah, absolutely. It was going to be open to the public for $20 a month to help us maintain the charity so that veterans get it for free. But obviously with COVID-19, most people are either at work, out of work, or working from home. So we decided to drop it down to 99 cents and make it as close to free as possible to get everyone access to it.
Okay, now tell me, because I'm not a fitness freak, the fitness part of it, it's not going to be like, is it going to be something I'm going to be able to manage, or is it like really full on boot camp stuff?
No, there's it's a mix. So there's all of the programs in there at the moment are built by veteran personal trainers or people with veteran owned businesses in the fitness industry. We're obviously always looking for more veteran businesses out there that want to put programs on there, but we've got them at the moment there's a bit of CrossFit stuff, and the CrossFit style workouts are scalable. If you want to use them and flog yourself to become super fit, that's achievable. Or you can scale back the weight, and it's kind of for anyone. But there's also the most popular program at the moment is the isolation fitness program, where you don't need a gym, you don't need weights. It's all stuff you can do at home, and it's suitable for everyone.
Oh, excellent. And coming from my background, I'm a aromatherapist, so I love the mindfulness side of it, because that is that holistic side of the world that I live in normal circumstances. So I'm super impressed that you guys have actually considered have included that aspect as well, because I know especially men have not that hasn't been an area that they've considered important previously. So I salute you for putting that one on there. That's brilliant, because we all need it. Time management, sleep,
100%. So this isn't a fitness app with mindfulness. This is a mindfulness app with fitness, if you want to put it that way. It's not just a fitness app. This is designed for get some introspection, people that can value their lives, they can value add to their own lives and be accountable for themselves, and not just by doing a fitness app and just tacking on things. But we've got boys who've done multiple trips. There's boys who've done multiple trips to the desert, MEAO, that suffered from not following one or multiple of these principles. And by either having a run-in on the bad side of mental health or from our own mates, we've learned that these things actually work, and they're things that people have lived experience in. And it's not just a movie star on TV reciting lines,
Coming at it from all different angles with the lived experience is brilliant. Lived experience is a new term that I only heard about this year. I'm actually doing a mental health course with my local recovery college, and lived experience is something that hasn't been a term in lay people's language really previously, but now it's becoming that, and it's actually being recognized. So instead of just being told how to do things by university people and people with degrees and things, they're actually now taking into account lived experience, which is amazing. So you guys are all over the lot. What else? Okay, so we can make a donation.
I know we're on a timeline, but the lived experience piece is one that people definitely need to start paying attention to. Back in the day, for so many years, like almost 100 years, people have been looking at how do we solve a mental health problem. And they in the DVA space, in the military space, the answer always was, let's get some retired generals in a room with some super scientists and psych PhDs and solve this problem, leaving out the young diggers in the lived experience end. And then the solutions they come up with never worked. Which I think where a lot of these younger organisations are coming from, going, hey, we've got the lived experience. Let's push forward all the information that we've gathered from our mates and from our peer demographic, and then link in some researchers, and then try and link it into government. And that seems to, in the last 12 months, DGO's starting to pay attention. It seems like it's getting traction. And I think
you don't want to discount their knowledge and their research, but it's not a standalone modality, is it? It needs to be connected with lived experience and with the different generations and the wars, the conflicts and the things that this generation are going to are very different to 50 years ago. So there has to be more lived experience so that the understanding is there.
Absolutely.
It allows you to get the cut through. So you need to have a sound understanding in your field. You can't just say lived experience. But I mean, I'm confident. I've been through these 8 principles, either not following or followed all of them, and the effect that it's had on me. So not only that, now we've got it backed by universities. I think from here, it's just it's gonna be a good quick road forward. So.
Yeah, it looks like a relatively easy app to use as well. So we will flick through some more. So if you go to the website, and we have put the website in the comments, if you go to the website, you'll be able to sort of read the backstory and things like that. Find out how you can help these guys, which is, fundraising nowadays is, everybody's aware of it, and to do things like what you're doing and to provide it to the people that really need it, you do need support. So this is how the rest of us can help you then create that change in that space.
You did right, and if the modelling goes back to the way it is to allow us to be financially stable into the future, if the modelling does go back up, they're not just helping veterans, but they're also getting a product for themselves that they can use. Which I think a lot of charities haven't asked, but they never give. They have that give back to the donator is never really there, and I think this is why this is picking up so much traction with people.
Well, buying a product, is one way, but normally that product, takes up half the fundraising money. And once you've got it, what else do you do? So doing it something like this where we're actually benefiting is amazing.
Yeah. So, I mean, that is you're on the homepage now. We do have merch for sale if anyone's looking for shirts. You can't really have a website without selling shirts. Underneath that's just like the podcast and stuff that we do. We have a few different ways distributing information. That's just some numbers. That was originally set up to talk about the stomp around Australia, but we've changed the terminology a little bit. We're not going yet, but yeah.
No, like I said, even now just talking to you, I'm sort of thinking I need to go and check this out because it looks like you've got a lot of areas covered. You said before that that your point of difference is the fact that you are very proactive in the health of people, and with these 8 principles they can become superhumans. And I love that. Most people who actually know me personally know that I wear my Wonder Woman t-shirt all the time just to try and embrace that energy and sort of remind myself that I can get up, I can do things. So I love that's sort of where you guys are coming from as well.
I mean, that's in our tagline too. The tagline is better at life. And the idea being that, there's not many people who join the military without, at a young age, everyone aspires to be the biggest, baddest or best version of themselves possible. And we found that, this is for the general public too. You hit 30 and you think like you might be getting a bit old, your best chance of achieving stuff's behind you. And it's just not true. Like a lot of guys and girls get out of the military and they're like, oh, that was the highlights of my life done. It's all downhill from here. And that's the point of this app, is to say don't look at using this when you're having a mental breakdown. Yes, it will benefit you, but you want to be doing this now, even if you are healthy and happy, going, is there anywhere else in my life that I can optimize to become the best version of me? And then if you can build habits around those principles, your chances of mental health declining are far, far lower.
We had that discussion the other day with one of the other people that have come on about the fact that when you do leave the service, if you've been there from a young age, you actually it takes a while to work out where you fit into society, because whilst you've got a whole lot of skills, they're skills that you've been taught are specific for the Army or the Navy or whatever, and transferring those in your head over to society and how you can use them takes a bit of time for people to sort of realize, okay, yeah, well, I did run it, I did have a crew, I did run by a timetable, I did do all these things, and then realizing just how they fit in. But it does take time to get that connection happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we haven't got any questions, but if anyone does have any questions, pop them in now. We've just got sort of a couple of this Paul, I'm guessing he's your mate or he knows of you. So he's commenting a few things there. So okay, I don't know who this one is. I can't see their comment, their name, but they're saying great app, so which is brilliant. And we don't seem to have any comments, any questions. Oh, okay, hold on, a couple more back up here. Okay, again, I don't know who this is. I'm going to guess this one's Anita somehow. Europe, there you go. A few hellos, so which is fine. This will be on our web, on the Aussies and Kiwis for Anzac page and group, so people will be able to refer to it later. And thank you for ducking in and giving us that that quick thing. Now,
Just
two
before we
things that
go,
we're doing Saturday.
I was going to jump in for a quick plug before we got off.
Yeah.
We got time for a quick plug. So we'll put a post up about the meat raffle. I just want to make sure everyone knows there's two angles to this meat raffle. One, yes, the first prize is like 24 grand, just under 24 grand worth of meat. So it's you and 8 mates every week. 9 meat trays you'll get every week for a year. You're not going to need to buy food for a long time. So the first prize is fantastic. So that's the first angle. The second angle is we kind of need everyone to tag their local members of parliament in this post. We're calling out to local, federal and state MPs to donate money to buy the meat trays from the local butchers. So when people draw tickets all around Australia, when we draw these prizes out, because third prize is there's like infinite amount of meat trays going out. So the meat tray will be purchased from their local butcher, wherever the winner comes from. That's our way of supporting local businesses through this thing as well. The money to buy them, we're trying to pull out of politicians who are still working, to donate a couple of bucks towards buying those meat trays from their local butcher. So if you've got any pollies, local, state or federal, tag them in the links to this video so we get their support driving behind mental health and veterans on Anzac Day.
Excellent. No, that's great. So meat raffle, go to the Swiss8 website, check out the meat raffle and how you can be involved in that. And then on Saturday morning at 5:30, we'll all be standing in our driveways.
Definitely.
No worries. Thanks for joining us, guys. I might let me see if I can. No, I've lost the ad. I can't put the ad back up. I was going to put Sam back on, but I can't put him back on. Righto. Well, thank you very much. And your posts will be on the page. And if anyone does have questions, then I'm sure you guys will jump in and answer those. And if we get any, we'll direct them to you. So thanks for joining us on the live feed.
No worries. Thanks for having us.
No worries. Thank you.